Hi there, this is Tiffany from iHeartArtBlog.com, and I'm on the Sizzix Design Team, and I'm here to show you how to create a trendy baby food jar favor. And this is the main die we'll be using. It's the Scoreboards Food Jar 3D and Spoon die by Eileen Hull. It's very cute. You just need your standard cutting pads to cut it, so no extended cutting pads. And we'll be jazzing it up with the cloud and raindrop theme. And I've seen this theme all over Pinterest, and it's very trendy. So you can grab any cloud die that you might have. I'm going to use this cloud thinlits die from this set right here. And in addition to this, I'll be using this trellis texture fades embossing folder, as well as the Little Sizzles mat board sheets to construct my baby food jar. And then Susan's garden toolkit to add some extra flair to the spoon. So let's begin. Here's how we'll be making our cuts. I have my Sizzix Vagabond cutting machine. And you're going to take your Sizzix Food Jar Scoreboards die, which is this, and you can trim your Little Sizzles mat board into a 6 by 6.5 squares and put that on top. So you'll have a cutting pad, your die, the mat board, and then your cutting pad. That's what it'll look like. And you're going to run that through your machine. Then you'll have 3 dies cut, and you'll need a second jar. So in that case, you take a 3 by 3 square of Little Sizzles mat board, put that down, and you can run it through the machine using the same sandwich that we used earlier. And now you have 4 of your dies with the Little Sizzles mat board, and you just need your pattern paper jar fronts. So I have 2 squares of 3 by 3 pattern paper. Lay that face down on top of the jar, and you can cut that using the same sandwich that we used earlier. You can cut up to 4 layers of pattern paper with this Scoreboards die. In the end, you'll have 2 pattern paper jars, a Little Sizzles mat board spoon, 2 Little Sizzles mat board jars, and a Little Sizzles 3D maker border die. To die cut your cloud thinlits die, you need your magnetic platform, a cutting pad, your cardstock or pattern paper, your thinlits cloud die, and another cutting pad, and run that through. And now you have your cloud die cut. To add some texture to that cloud, take your solo platform with the shim, a standard cutting pad, your trellis texture fade embossing folder, just stick the cloud in it, and then another cutting pad, and run that through your machine. And now we have a beautifully textured cloud. To assemble, just add some adhesive to the backs of your pattern paper and adhere them to your Little Sizzles mat board jars. Now we're going to add some crafty power tape to each tab, and there are 6 tabs total. And now you're going to fold each tab. And you're going to adhere the food jar with the pattern paper on the outside to each side of the 3D die. There we go. Now we're going to add some interest to the spoon by stamping boy in the center. You could also do girl if mom is expecting a girl. And then I'm going to use my Susan's garden tool. This is the stylus, the 8mm, and I'm just going to round that in. So we're just adding a little bit of curvature to that spoon. And you can finish it off with a little embellishment at the top of the spoon. Now to embellish. I've cut some hemp twine into 1.5 to 2 inch pieces, so fairly small. And then I have a flower pod filled with sequins, wood veneer stars, and some small dots right there, the little glue dots. And now we take some 3D foam squares and we adhere our cloud, and we adhere it to our cloud. So now you take your pieces of hemp twine and just add them. Now we can adhere that down. You can trim as needed. And now you take a sequin at the bottom of each of the hemp twine strands. You take a small dot and you adhere it down, straight down. Keep it in place. Now you just continue to add different little embellishments. Now a favor isn't a favor without a little treat, so I like to take mini Ziploc bags that you can find at the craft stores, and I just clip off the top with some cutting shears or pinking shears, and then I fill it with whatever treats I have. And there you go. Again, this was Tiffany from iHeartArtBlog.com from the Sizzix Design Team, here to show you how to make your custom baby food jar favors for that next baby shower. Thanks for watching!